This week in Frankfort, Governor Matt Bevin's proposed budget was put on the table in the legislative session. Although the pension issue has now taken a back seat, there are other cuts that are being made, specifically in education. According to Madison County School Superintendent Elmer Thomas, this could potentially result in $2 million worth of funds being pulled specifically for the school's transportation system. With these potential cuts, we went down to Madison County Schools and talked to Elmer Thomas to get the school district's reaction.
Ladies, you no longer have to leave Irvin to shop for the latest fashions. Lula Tee's Boutique on Main Street has it all. Stay warm with monogram jackets or Sherpas, or grab a dress for a night out and get the latest in Simply Southern apparel. Don't forget about the bath bombs and home decor at Lula Tee's Boutique in Irvin.
Well, we watched the governor's budget on Tuesday evening and just, really saw what he's presenting for the next biennium. And I saw some highlights and saw some things that obviously caused a little concern for Madison County Schools. I do want to recognize that he is going to fund the pension again, so that's much appreciated, I know, as far as educators are concerned and others in government. And then also, we run our schools based on the SEEK allocation, the SEEK formula. And I'm pleased that he said that there will be no cuts to the SEEK formula. And so those were really commendable things that I'm so appreciative of. I think probably the big thing that comes out for us are the cuts. And maybe the biggest was the transportation. He's saying that he's going to send the cost of transportation back to the districts to pick up. And transportation is huge for Madison County. And a lot of people may not realize that our buses travel 10,000 miles every single day. We have about 145 bus routes every day, and so we're covering a large part. So that one would be a huge cut to our district. Looks like the total cuts in his recommended budget are about $2 million to Madison County Schools, and that is obviously a huge hit, with the majority of that being in that transportation. For those 145 buses, we're thinking that we're getting 10 buses new every year, which should really complete the cycle in about 15 years. And in so doing, buses are around $100,000 each, so we usually spend about $1 million every year on buses just to try to keep our fleet up to date. If we do less than that, then what we end up, we have outdated buses. We have buses that are breaking down. They become very expensive in and of themselves. So people don't realize tires are very expensive, and so we replace tires throughout the year as well. And so we'll probably look at unfortunately having to travel on some of our older tires, or making them do a little bit longer than we normally would. We'll still be safe. We won't put a worn tire on the road that it's so dangerous that it's dangerous for our students to be on that bus. But we'll look at some avenues like that. But really, it is so early. We haven't got into the planning stage. Of course, the budget will still need to go through legislation. But those are some of our initial thoughts on it. A bus garage in the southern end of the county will actually save us a little bit of money, so the timing may be good on that. The new elementary won't be affected. I think most of our bus routes will actually be shorter. And so I think one of the things that the governor was mentioning was, hey, take some of these expenses that you have at central office and save your transportation funds with that. And we just really don't have administrative expenses. I know he mentioned that those two large districts have hundreds of employees with over $100,000. In a Madison County school, I looked at the list for this year, we only have one employee who's over $100,000. And that's the superintendent, by the way, but we've really done a good job. Our people work hard, they love our jobs, and they love their jobs. And be honest with you, people love working in Madison County because we care about our kids. And there are other districts that pay considerably more than Madison County Schools pay, but once you become an administrator of Madison County Schools, you're understanding that those other districts are probably going to outpay Madison County. But our benefits of working in our community and working with our kids far outweigh the money that they would take. I tell you what doesn't concern me. I know our faculty, I know our staff, I know our community, and we're still going to do great things for students. It's a great place for students and for our faculty. It's a great community to be in. So, these will be, again, lean times. We've seen them a little bit before, but, those are the big things. We still anticipate doing great things for our students, and our students do great things every single day. So those are the big ones.
Only time will tell if any of these cuts do go through, but the reserve funds, the transportation system, and the administrators' salaries are all things that are being looked at in Frankfort. For WBON TV, I'm Marisa Hempel.